Hi guys, today we're going to talk about how to solve linear inequalities. We just finished the unit on how to solve equations. Solving inequality is exactly the same. The only difference between equation and inequality is equation has equal sign where inequality has inequality sign. And one thing that you have to remember, I think a lot of you remember from learning from last year, when multiplying or dividing by a negative number, you flip the inequality symbol. So if you can remember that, I think solving inequality should be easy. If you can actually take a note on a piece of paper, the notebook, or if you can actually follow along, that would be great. So we're going to start with how to graph the inequality. First of all, let's write the inequality, and then I'm going to show you how to graph each inequality. So when we talk about all real numbers less than -2, that means x is less than -2. And I'm sure you guys remember how to create a number line. And I'm not going to create every single number. I'm going to just create the -2, which is the number that we are dealing with. And then I'm going to put a number before that, which is -3. And then after that, -1. You might wonder, why is she writing -3 before? Because these are the negative numbers. Remember, on the number line, when we deal with the negative numbers, if the number is bigger, that means it's less. Okay? And do you guys remember when to use open circle versus closed circle? Very good. So we use the open circle when there's no equal sign with inequalities. But when we have equal sign, like for example, greater than or less than, we do use closed circle. Okay? So here, in this case, when we talk about the number less than -2, so we are going to put an open circle, and then less than means left side. Is it coming back to you? Excellent. So then all real numbers greater than 2. This is how you do it. Greater than 2. Right? And then again, 2 in the middle, but these are the positive numbers. So the number before 2 is 1. Number after 2 is 3. And then, since it's greater than without any equal sign, it's going to be open circle to the right. How about next one? All real numbers less than or equal to 0. So x is less than or equal to 0. You have to graph it as well. 0 in the middle. What goes before 0? -1. And number after 0, which is 1. You remember there is an equal sign. We're going to put closed circle. That means that number is included. 0 is part of the solution. So we want to put a closed circle and to the left side. How about all real numbers greater than 1? X is greater than or equal to 1. And here's how you graph it. You put 1, 0, and 2. Again, since it's greater than equal to, we're going to put a closed circle, and then to the right. All right, so we're going to do a quick review of how to solve these problems, okay? So we remember 1 steps. Again, same steps as solving equations. When we solve the equation, what was our goal? Yes, the goal to solve the equation is to isolate the variable. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to isolate x. In order to isolate x, we need to subtract 8 from both sides. So then x is less than equal to 1 minus 8, which is -7. And let's graph it. Put -7 in the middle. What goes before -7? -8. What goes after -7? Which is -6. Again, since x is less than or equal to -7, means -7 is included. You remember we have to put a closed circle when the number is included. And going to the left. How easy is that? Awesome. Now, if I want to solve for m right here, we want to isolate m, so we need to get rid of this negative 5. We need to add 5 to both sides. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is less than m. Now, 8 is less than m is totally fine if you're writing as an answer, but when I'm graphing it, guys, I personally like to put the variable on the left side. So I'm going to put, since 8 is less than m, if you're writing in terms of m, m should be, very good, greater than 8. Do you see how, if I'm moving the numbers and the variable, flip them, then you gotta flip the inequality symbol. Because 8 is smaller than m, that means m is greater than 8. So then when I'm graphing it, I like this type of inequality where the variable is on the left side. That'll be easier for me to graph. So 8 goes in the middle, 7 goes before, 9 goes after, and then what kind of circle would that be? Very good. It's going to be open circle, and then since m is greater than, we need to go to the right. Okay? Now, remember, solving equation inequalities are exactly the same except for when we are multiplying by or dividing by a negative number. Look, so p over 2 is less than equal to negative 2. If I'm solving for p, guys, if I need to get rid of, if I want to solve for p, I need to get rid of 2 by multiplying by 2. Look, when I'm multiplying by 2, am I multiplying by a negative number? No, I'm multiplying by a positive number. In that case, we do not need to flip the sign, and we just need to multiply those two, negative 4. So when I'm graphing it, negative 4 goes in the middle, negative 5, negative 3. What kind of circle is that going to be? Exactly. It's going to be closed circle to the left. If you want to actually check the solution, what we can do is we can actually put one of the numbers that are part of the solution, which is negative 5. Is negative 5 less than or equal to negative 4? Yes, that means I did it right. How about this question? If I'm solving for negative 2.5, y is greater than 3. I'm solving for y. Then if I want to put y by itself, you need to see what operation you see between negative 2.5 and y. That's going to be multiplication. So if I want to undo it, I need to divide by negative 2.5. Oh, I'm dividing by a negative number. So I'm going to flip the inequality symbol. So then 3 divided by negative 2.5, I had to do it. I did it, and then it's going to be negative 1.2. Here, we're going to graph it. Negative 1.2. It doesn't really matter, guys. I am not going to put the numbers before and after since it's a decimal, but you should know where it is in terms of a number line. And since it's just less than, open circle to the left. So let's recap what we learned about. This should be a review from last year's math, guys. So today we learned how to graph the inequalities, when to use open circle, when to use closed circle. Okay, open circle is used when there's no equal sign. Closed circle is used when the equal sign is there. That means those numbers are included. Those numbers are part of the solution. What's another thing that you have to remember? When we multiply or divide by a negative number, you need to flip the inequality symbol. So we will be able to solve any multi-step inequalities exactly the same steps using solving equation. The only thing that you have to remember is when to flip. You only flip it when you multiply or divide by a negative number. We'll do more practice in class. I'll see you there. Bye. Have a good day.